Today, we're going to show you how to make a sushi selection. We're using a variety of fillers such as fresh vegetables and fruit. Of course, seafood is a major component of many sushi dishes, and in addition to a fresh salmon fillet, we will use tobiko, which is the roe from a flying fish, and crab sticks. You'll also need a number of condiments to enhance the flavors of the fillers. Essentials are Japanese mayonnaise, sesame seeds, and of course, wasabi. To create authentic sushi rice, you will need a number of ingredients just to produce sushi vinegar. Finally, you will need some leaves of nori, which is made from seaweed and found at any Asian supermarket, along with many of the other ingredients used today. First, pre-cook about 5 cups of a short-grained rice. Now, to create a sushi vinegar which is used to flavor the rice. Place 180 ml of rice vinegar into a saucepan, along with 100 grams of sugar and 25 grams of salt. Finally, place a piece of kombu sea kelp into the pan and heat on a low to medium flame and stir until the sugar and salt dissolve. Bring the mix to a simmer and then remove from the heat. Now we need to do a little preparation. Take a sheet of nori and fold it in half. Next, slice some cucumber like so, and remove the seeds from the center. Slice an onion and put it to one side. Next, we need to remove the skin from the salmon. Place a sharp knife just under the skin and, while keeping hold of the skin, run the blade down the length of the fillet. Slice off a section and put the rest of the fish to one side. We will now finish off the sushi rice. Once the rice has cooked, let it sit in the cooker for an extra 10 minutes before placing into a large mixing bowl. Pour 180 ml of your sushi vinegar over the rice.
Okay, so once we've poured the vinegar over the rice, we need to ensure that the rice is cooled down before we start making any sushi rolls or nigiris. So we're going to cool it down in front of this fan. Okay, so we need to ensure that we bring the hot rice from the bottom to the top and cut through it instead of pushing down, because that will damage the rice. So in front of the fan, lifting the hot on top of the cold at the top, and then mixing it through.
At last, now we can start the process of making sushi. Place a sheet of nori onto a sushi rolling mat. Then, dip your hands into some ice water, dry off any excess water before grabbing a handful of sushi rice and rolling into a ball. Using your fingers, spread the rice out over the nori sheet. Scoop a touch of wasabi onto your fingertips and sprinkle it down the center of the roll. Take 2 pieces of cucumber and place them lengthwise. Now carefully roll together and then put to one side. Another sushi favorite is the California roll inside out. First, place some cling film over your rolling mat and then cover this with a piece of nori. Dip your hands in some ice water like before and then roll another ball of rice. Spread the rice over the nori sheet, then carefully turn the sheet over so the rice is on the bottom. Take some Japanese mayonnaise and run along the nori just off-center. Next, place a couple of crab sticks like so. Then, with a tablespoon, scoop out some avocado and position it alongside the crab. Now carefully roll the sushi together and put them to one side. To prepare nigiri salmon, first take your piece of salmon and cut into fine strips like so. Dip your hands in water and roll a small ball of rice. Place a small dab of wasabi onto a piece of salmon, and then squeeze the fish around the rice ball. Place on a plate. Aburi salmon is a milder variation of nigiri salmon. Squeeze a rice ball together with another piece of salmon, but this time do not with the wasabi. Place the fish on a dish and top it with some Japanese mayonnaise. If you have one, sear the salmon and mayonnaise with a small blowtorch. Finally, garnish with a pinch of chopped Spanish onion. Now we can finish the California and cucumber rolls. Place the inside-out roll onto a chopping board and cut it in half with a sharp knife. Then carefully remove the cling film from both halves. Roll one half into a tub of fish eggs. Roll the other half in a tub of sesame seeds. Then place them back to back on the board and cut them into equal pieces. To finish the cucumber roll, place it onto your chopping board, chop it in half, and then into 3 equal pieces as before. Serve your sushi with wasabi and pickled ginger garnish. Now there you have it, a simple step-by-step guide to sushi rolls and nigiri salmon. Now all you need to do to make delicious sushi at home is practice.